quickly. Okay, permit me to go a little bit. He is the first Indian to be appointed as the plenary minister of sustainable development of newly emerging the Kingdom of Atlantic. He is the first youngest Indian whose book, Introduction to Sustainable Development Goals, non-academic, is now part of Atlantean education program. He is the first youngest Indian to receive 300 plus honorary doctorate from all over the world. He is the first youngest Indian professor who taught to more than 8,000 plus students and career guided 12,000 plus students to date, and the count is still on. Oh yes, because he never stopped. He still needs to keep going. He is the first youngest Indian to receive 125 plus honorary high degree across the globe. He is the first Indian who have 850 plus international, national, and state awards, national patent, 15 world record at the age of 28. Wow, for his contribution in the field of teaching and research. He is the first Indian to be appointed by 55 plus international organizations on various high positions at the same time. He is the first youngest Indian to be appointed as ambassador by 56 organizations of many countries in almost all disciplines. He is the first Indian youngest professor to start teaching at the age of 16. Wow, the age of 27, he has completed 12 years of teaching. He is the first youngest Indian to receive royal and prestigious titles such as Lecture Magnificus, which is HRH 5 Duke, and HRH Sir. First youngest Indians to receive Medieval Fellowship, United Kingdom's highest academic honor. Is the first Indian to receive the distinguished title Professor of Wisdom from Institution Cultural Colombia, Casa Pose Miles Plus Colombia, South America. He's the visiting faculty in many national and foreign universities. He is the Director of Research and Innovation of Oxford University, Lighthouse Leadership University, Dominion of Impact International Bible University, Global Ministry Discipline Institute, Dean International Development, Theophane University. He is the author of 4 books: Introduction to Sustainable Development Goals, Education and External Assets, Leadership and Superintendence, best-selling author, Stem Cell Science. Is the first youngest Indian to be appointed as first chancellor position at Unified Theological Seminary, USA, University of the Kingdom of Atlantic, Singapore, Wembiston University at Zimbabwe, Wisdom University, Gombe at Nigeria. Wow, 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 wow. The first and the first and the first. Wow, wow, wow. Let's welcome Professor Pratik to our relationship masterclass this morning or this afternoon. You are welcome, sir. And I'm so proud of you because you are also, yes, you can, international ambassador, global ambassador. So we are proud of you. And now we want to listen to your experts, your wisdom, your knowledge, and your experience on relationship. You are welcome. The stage is yours.
Thank you. Thank you so much, my dear Queen, Professor Dr. Elizabeth, for your kind introduction and for inviting me here again on, I can say, my own Y.Y.C.I platform. Yes, you can introduce. So, welcome everyone to this masterclass session on building strong relationships, a vital leadership competence. So, as leaders, we all know that building strong relationships with our team, peers, and stakeholders is a critical success factor for achieving our organizational goals. But how can we build strong relationships that are authentic, trustworthy, and lasting? First and foremost, building strong relationships requires effective communication. We need to be good listeners and communicators to understand the needs and expectations of others, convey our own messages clearly, and resolve conflicts in a constructive way. Secondly, building strong relationships require building trust. Trust is the foundation of any strong relationship. And as leaders, we need to be trustworthy, honest, and transparent in our actions and decisions. We should also trust our team members and empower them to take ownership of their work and contribute their best to the organization. Thirdly, building strong relationships requires empathy and emotional intelligence. We need to be able to understand and appreciate the perspectives, feelings, and experiences of others and respond to them in a respectful, compassionate, and supportive way. Fourthly, building strong relationships requires collaboration and teamwork. We need to be able to work effectively with others, leverage their strengths, and create a sense of unity and shared purpose that inspires and motivates everyone to give their best. And finally, building strong relationships requires a long-term perspective. We need to invest time, effort, and resources into building and maintaining our relationships and be willing to adapt and evolve as circumstances change. So, in this masterclass session, we will delve deeper into these key elements of building strong relationships and learn practical strategies and tips for strengthening our own relationships. We will also explore case studies and best practices from successful leaders who have built strong relationships that have led to positive outcomes for their organizations. So let's get started on this exciting journey of building strong relationships and becoming better leaders. So first, I'm going to focusing on leadership competency, a key to success. So what is mean by leadership competency? Leadership competency is a crucial aspect of any successful organization. It is the ability of a leader to effectively manage and guide a team towards achieving organization goals. A competent leader is someone who has the skills, knowledge, and experience required to lead a team and deliver results. So we will explore what leadership competency is why it is important, and the key competencies that leaders should compass. So my first question is, what is leadership competence? So leadership competency refers to the ability of a leader to perform their job effectively. It is a combination of skills, knowledge, and experience. Skills, knowledge, and experience that allows a leader to lead a team and deliver results. Competent leaders are able to create a vision, communicate effectively, manage resources, make decisions, and build relationships. They're also able to adapt to changing circumstances and inspire their team to achieve their best. Now, why is leadership competency important? Leadership competency is important because it enables organizations to achieve their goals. Competent leaders are able to set clear objectives, motivate their teams, and deliver results. So they are also able to create a positive work environment, that fosters innovation and collaboration. A leader's competency can impact the entire organization from productivity and efficiency to employee satisfaction and retention. Now, what are the key competencies for leaders? Key competencies for leaders. First, communication. Effective communication is crucial for any leader. Leaders need to be able to communicate clearly and effectively with their team, stakeholders, and customers. So this includes listening actively, giving feedback, and providing clear instructions. Next key competency for leaders is vision. Vision. Leaders need to have a clear vision for their organization, institute. They should be able to set goals, develop strategies, and inspire their team to achieve them. A leader's vision should be aligned with the organization's values and goals. Next key competency is decision making. Leaders need to be able to make informed decisions. They should be able to gather and analyze information, weigh the pros and cons, and make timely decisions. So this includes being able to make tough decisions and taking responsibility, more important, responsibility for the outcomes. Then comes adaptability. Leaders need to be able to adapt to changing circumstances. This includes being able to adjust plans and strategies and being open to new ideas and approaches. So leaders should be able to anticipate changes and take proactive steps to address them. Next comes relationship building. Leaders need to be able to build strong relationships with their team, stakeholders, customers, students. This includes developing trust, creating a positive work environment, and being responsive to the needs of others. So a leader's ability to build a relationship can impact the success of the organization. Then comes resource management. Leaders need to be able to manage resources effectively. This includes managing budgets, allocating resources, and prioritizing tasks. So leaders should be able to identify areas for improvement and take steps to optimize resources. So these are the key competencies for leaders: communication, vision, decision-making, adaptability, relationship building, and resource management. Now comes case studies and best practices. There are many examples of successful leaders who have built strong relationships that have led to positive outcomes for their organizations. For example, Steve Jobs, the co-founder of Apple, was known for his ability to inspire his team and create a vision for the company. He was able to anticipate trends and develop products that met customer needs. Another example is Indra Nooyi, the former CEO of PepsiCo. She was known for her focus on innovation and sustainability. She also built strong relationships with stakeholders, including employees, customers, and investors. So best practices for leadership competency include developing a clear vision, setting goals, and communicating effectively. So leaders should also be able to make informed decisions, adapt to changing circumstances, and again I'm saying, build strong relationships. They should prioritize resource management and be open to, most importantly, feedback and new ideas. So leadership competency is a crucial aspect of any successful organization. Competent leaders are able to create a vision, communicate effectively, manage resources, make informed decisions, and build strong relationships. So by exploring case studies and best practices, you can say this. So building strong relationships, is a crucial leadership competency that can lead to long-term success for individuals and organizations. Now you must have understood what is leadership competency. Now I will try to merge building strong relationships with the leadership competency. So in today's rapidly changing and complex business environment, leaders need to be adept at building and maintaining strong relationships with employees, customers, stakeholders, and other key players in the ecosystem. So the first element of building strong relationship is trust. Trust is the foundation of all successful relationships, and it takes time and effort to build. Leaders who want to build trust with their employees should be transparent and honest in their communication, actively listen to feedback and concerns, and follow through on their commitments. Leaders should also be reliable, consistent, and predictable in their behavior, and demonstrate respect and empathy towards others. The second element in regards to this of building strong relationships is, I already explained, but I would like to emphasize more on this, is communication, effective communication. It's key to building trust and strengthening relationships. So leaders who want to build strong relationships with their employees should communicate clearly and consistently, provide regular feedback and recognition, and actively listen to their concerns and ideas. Leaders should also create an environment where open and honest communication is encouraged and valued, and where feedback is seen as an opportunity for growth and improvement. The third element of building strong relationships is, again, collaboration. Collaboration is essential for building strong relationships with stakeholders and other key players of the ecosystem. Leaders who want to build strong relationships should be willing to collaborate and work together towards shared goals, and should be open to different perspectives and ideas. So leaders also should be willing to share resources and knowledge, and to build networks and partnerships that can lead to mutually beneficial outcomes. Throughout this masterclass session, we are exploring case studies and best practices from successful leaders who have built strong relationships that have led to positive outcomes for their organization. So now we will examine how leaders have built trust, communication, and collaboration into their relationships with employees, customers, stakeholders, and other players, and how they leverage these relationships to drive innovation, growth, and success. So building again strong leadership relationships is a crucial leadership competency that can lead to long-term success for individuals and organizations. So through trust, communication, collaboration, leaders can build strong relationships with their customers, employees, stakeholders. So by delving deeper into these key elements and learning practical strategies and tips for strengthening our own relationships, we can become more effective leaders and achieve greater success in our personal and professional lives. So leadership is not just about managing tasks or directing employees. It's also about building relationships, both internal and external. To achieve positive outcomes for the organization, strong leaderships, strong relationships can lead to increased employee engagement, improve customer satisfaction, and higher profits. So one of the best examples of a leader who built strong relationship is Richard Branson, the founder of Virgin Group. Branson believes that building strong relationships with employees is crucial to the success of his companies. He treats his employees like family, and they, in turn, are fiercely loyal to him. Branson also builds strong relationships with customers by listening to their feedback and addressing their concerns. So this has led to high customer satisfaction and brand loyalty. Another example or successful leader who prioritizes building strong relationships is, again, I would like to explain this is Indra Nooyi. PepsiCo, she was the former CEO of PepsiCo. So Nooyi has emphasized the importance of building strong relationships with employees, and she has focused on creating a diverse and inclusive workplace where employees feel valued and respected. This is very important. Nowadays, the value and respect is deteriorating. And this has led to because of this, what I can say, the creative and diverse ability to feel employees valued and respected. She has led to high employee engagement with retention rates. She has also built strong relationships with customers by launching successful marketing campaigns and introduced innovative products. A third example of a leader who built strong relationship is Tony Hessel, the former CEO of Japan. There are many examples. So Tony believed that building strong relationships with employees was crucial to the success of the company. He created a unique corporate culture that focused on employees' happiness and satisfaction. This led to high employees' engagement and a low turnover rate. Helps also build strong relationships with customers by providing exceptional customer service and creating a strong brand image. So these leaders demonstrate that building strong relationships is essential to achieving positive outcomes for organizations. So what are the best practices for building strong relationship? This is a master class. So a few things I'm going to repeat again and again. Firstly, leaders should prioritize communication. Regular communication with employees, customers, stakeholders is critical to building strong relationships. Leaders should listen to feedback and address concern in a timely manner. This shows that they value the opinions of others and are committed to building strong relationships. Secondly, leaders should be authentic. This is important. Authentic. Building strong relationships require trust, and trust can only be built if leaders are genuine and transparent. Leaders should be honest about their intentions and actions and should avoid being manipulative or deceptive. Thirdly, leaders should prioritize diversity and inclusion. A workplace that is diverse and inclusive fosters a sense of belonging and can lead to increased employee engagement and satisfaction. So leaders should strive to create an environment where everyone feels valued and respected. Quality relationships are essential for building a successful personal and professional life. Harnessing the power of quality relationships can lead to increased productivity, creativity, and success to achieving goals. So here are some ways which I'm going to tell you to harness the power of quality relationships for maximum productivity. Again comes build trust in this also. If you want to harness the power of quality relationship for maximum productivity, you need to build trust. Building trust is the foundation of any strong relationship. Where there is a trust, individuals are more likely to work together effectively, share ideas openly, and support each other. So trust can be built by being reliable, honest, and transparent in your actions and communication. Communicate effectively. If you want to harness the power of creativity, communication is a component of quality relationships. It involves being an active listener, expressing yourself clearly, and providing feedback. So this good communication can prevent misunderstanding, reduce conflict, and increase productivity. Then comes develop empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. So developing empathy can help build stronger relationships by fostering a deeper understanding of other people's perspectives and needs. And this can lead to increased collaboration and productivity. Then comes collaboration involves working together to achieve a common goal. It requires open communication, active listening, and a willingness to compromise. And collaboration can lead to innovative solutions and increase productivity. Then show appreciation. This is important nowadays. We need appreciation, we need motivation, we need inspiration. So showing appreciation for others' contributions can build a positive and supportive relationship. It can help motivate individuals to continue working hard and feel valued. So simple acts of appreciation, such as saying thank you, can have a significant impact on relationship quality. Then comes foster diversity and inclusion. Diversity and inclusion are essential for building strong relationships. It involves valuing and respecting differences in backgrounds, experiences, and perspectives. So fostering diversity and inclusion can lead to increased creativity, innovation, and productivity. Then comes maintain boundaries. We have to keep in mind that we need to maintain boundaries also. So maintain boundaries is important for building healthy relationships. We have seen strong relationships, quality relationships, and now healthy relationships. So for building healthy relationships, we need to maintain the boundaries. Maintaining boundaries is important. It involves setting limits on time and resources to prevent burnout and maintain balance. So maintaining boundaries can lead to increased productivity and prevent stress and burnout. So harnessing the power of quality relationships can lead to increased productivity and success in achieving goals, building trust, effective communication, developing empathy, collaboration, showing appreciation, fostering diversity and inclusion, and maintaining boundaries. These are the some ways to harness the power of quality relationships. Quality relationships are essential for personal and professional growth also. And they have a significant impact on individuals and, organizational productivity. So creating, managing, and harnessing the power of quality relationship is crucial for building trust, establishing credibility, fostering collaboration, and achieving common goals. So creating quality relationships involves establishing a connection with others based on mutual trust and respect. Again, here also it requires communication, effective communication, active listening, empathy, and willingness to understand and appreciate others' perspective. Managing these quality relationships involves maintaining and nurturing relationships over time. It requires ongoing communication, mutual support, and willingness to adapt to changing circumstances. So managing quality relationships involves being proactive to reaching out to others, maintaining open lines of communication, and consistently demonstrating respect, trust, and appreciation. So harnessing the power of quality relationship involves leveraging the benefits of strong relationship to achieve personal and organizational goals. It requires a willingness to collaborate, share resources, work towards common objectives, and harnessing the power of quality relationship involves building a network of supportive and influential contacts, influential personalities that can help to drive success and facilitate growth. So the importance of creating, managing, and harnessing the power of quality relationships cannot be overstated. Quality relationships are the foundation of personal and professional success, and they are essential for achieving common goals and driving growth. By investing time and effort in building and maintaining quality relationships, like Y.Y.C.I is investing, see the example, Y.Y.C.I is investing time and effort in building and maintaining quality relationships through organizing this wonderful masterclass on various topics continuously for individuals and organizations, and can unlock the full potential of these critical assets and maximize their productivity and impact. So as we conclude this masterclass session on building strong relationships as a leadership competency, it's important to reiterate the key takeaways and action items. First and foremost, we must recognize the immense importance of building and maintaining quality relationships in our personal and professional lives. As leaders, we must prioritize relationship building as a crucial competency that drives success and productivity. In order to build strong relationships, we must focus on active listening, effective communication, and mutual respect. It's important to be mindful of our tone and body language and to show genuine interest in others' perspectives and ideas. We must also be willing to give and receive feedback and to acknowledge and address any conflicts that arise. To manage our relationship effectively, we must prioritize our time and energy and be intentional about who we invest our resources in. We must also be adaptable and flexible and be willing to make adjustments as needed to maintain and strengthen our relationships. Finally, we must harness the power of our relationships to achieve maximum productivity and positive outcomes for our organization, for our individual growth. And this means leveraging our networks and resources to create opportunities for growth and success, and using our relationships to drive innovation and collaboration. One very important quote of my guru is he always says that innovation, there are 21st century's currencies. What are those currencies? He says innovation and education. Further, he says that innovation in education and education in innovation, these are the 21st century's currencies. And in conclusion, building strong relationships is a leadership competency that requires constant attention and constant effort. By prioritizing relationship building and practicing effective communication, active listening, mutual respect, we can create a foundation for long-term, lasting, productive, and fulfilling relationships that drive success for ourselves and our organizations. So with this, I stop here. And once again, I would like to thank to my all listeners, educators, leaders, students, our Y.Y.C.I family for actively listening and patiently listening to me this very exhaustive talk. I'm sure that I have tried to cover all the points and I hope you all are enjoying. So once again, thank you.
Thank you so much. This is really depth in depth. I mean, we've really gained a lot, learned a lot from your information today. It's very informative. I mean, if you really want to build your relationship, you've given us all these skills because relationship is very important. I like the way you started with the relationship, and then you make us to understand that everyone is a leader. So we have to build a leader competency, because if you are a leader, you have to be effective. And that will also relate to relationship, because relationship and leadership are together. If you are building your relationship, you are a leader. If you are a leader, you are also building your relationship, because you cannot lead yourself. You have to lead others. And you cannot relate to yourself. You have to relate with others. And everyone is a leader. The only difference is that those people that are building and developing themselves and getting better can make themselves an effective and transformational leader. And that is how you've really started this section. And I really appreciate you. I like the way you've said to us that we have to be honest in our action. There's no point saying some things or laying policy or talking to other people, and you yourself, you are not checking yourself up. You have to be honest to yourself. You have to do what I do, not only what I say. And you have to be an example as a leader for others to watch you and to learn from you and to observe from you. So that is very important, that you have to be honest in your actions and also in your intention. I also like the way they said it, that diversity and inclusion, very important, because it brings a sense of belonging. It's so easy for somebody to get lost in the crowd. But if we bring ourselves together and treat ourselves nicely, then every one of us will feel belonging. So we have to appreciate diversity, that I am different. I'm from UK, even though I'm from Africa, but I reside in UK, and my brother is from India. So we have to cooperate together. We have to understand our differences. We have to understand our differences and even our ideas and opinions. And we have to respect one another. And that is the way we can embrace diversity in everything we do, so that you are not alone. We have varieties of people around the world, different faith, different beliefs, different culture, different tradition. So we have to look beyond just building a family and also build relationship with others. Like we are building relationship now while we are talking about it. Because if I don't have relationship with you, Professor, you won't be sitting down here for another half an hour speaking to us. It's because of the relationship that attracted us and drawing us together. And the same thing happened when you have relationship in your professions. You will be able to know, I like the way you really treated it, because it's not, yes, relationship, there are so many relationships. The same principle, you can use it for building a team. The same relationship the employer can use to build relations between the employer and the employees. The same relationship, the principles is the same that you can use to build your relationship within your clients, your customers, and also your partners, your business partners. And also to talk of leaders as well, from leader of a country to another country. So these principles are very, very important that you've shared with us today. And I like the way you said you will keep on repeating some skills, because it's very important, especially communication. How do you communicate as a leader? How do you communicate with others? How do you talk to them? How do you add value to them? How do you respect them? How do you communicate your message to people? So it's very important that we keep learning all this. It's not an overnight thing. That is why we are all in a journey. So when we come together, we are reasoning together. That is why I'm expecting many people to join this conversation. And that is why I've put it on Facebook, so that all that people, if that they have time today or they have time tomorrow, they can still click to it. One thing is clear. When we keep talking and keep speaking about this, there will be solution for somebody. There will be a prevention of divorce and separate and wars and a misunderstanding somewhere. So that is why we have to keep learning and keep talking about it. And I really appreciate you today. I really appreciate you more than before. I also like the way you said it, that when you maintain boundaries in relationship, it brings healthy relationship. So you have to maintain your boundaries. You have to understand what it means to give space to one another. You have to know your limit so that you don't cross your boundary. You have to know what other people like and what you like. And sometimes you need to compromise as well. Because when you don't humble yourself and compromise, you can't learn from others. And there will be no agreement. And there will be no understanding. So I really like that one again. If I continue all of this, because I've jotted my own down, if I continue, then we'll not finish today. But I know that you are a very busy professor. And I know that you have other things to do today. So I really appreciate your time. I appreciate your knowledge that you've shared with us, your wisdom, your experience, and the way you really break it down for us to understand it. So I want to say thank you so much for responding to our invitation to come and speak to us. Thank you for preparing, because you said to me yesterday, yes, I'm preparing. Are you well prepared for this occasion? Oh, yes. And I'm so glad. We are glad at YYCI to have you. And we are so opportuned and blessed for you to be our ambassador, representing us everywhere you go. And for this teaching, I would like you to put comma, put pause, because very soon we are coming back to continue with your discussion on relationship. So yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm just looking through our Facebook to see if anybody has a question. One of them said, awesome example on leadership. Yes, we can do it. You know, some people are commenting, it's good definition of leadership. You've done it well. Good leadership of relationship or of leadership. You've done it very well there. And yes, they keep on saying good definition of leadership, because that is how you started with us today. You know, so everybody, thank you so much for joining us and learning together with us. If you have any question before our professor move on, so put your questions on there, or you can even text it later, because I know that our leaders, our teachers, our speakers, they always go back to the Facebook for them to, and it is also available at YouTube very soon. So thank you so much for joining us today, for sharing your valuable thoughts on relationship. Because you know what? Relationship matters.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So feel free, if you want to stay long, feel free. Yes, we have 3 leaders to share with us today, but our next lead speaker, I think she have to answer to an emergency call somewhere. So I've waited. But guess what? I'm also going to share today, because I'm also among the leaders. So I will share a little bit. If you want to stay on the Zoom, feel free. If you're busy, you can just join us on the Facebook. So feel free while I share. Thank you so much, Professor, for sharing with us today. We really appreciate your valuable thought. So on this occasion, I'm going to share our announcement at the moment, and then I will just round up with my own teaching. Thank you for joining us today. Okay, so let's